Soya is another source of income for the villagers, and the self-help group is maximizing profits here as well. They used to sell it individually, which meant selling at peak harvest time, and inevitably getting only the lowest price. But today, Mankubai's village organization stores the beans until prices rise and they can reap the benefit. It's a plan originally suggested by Velugu.
Women are carefully listening, thinking. If they think that it is useful, they are taking up. If they think it is not at all useful, they are bluntly refusing. They are not hypocritic, they are very frank.
The Velugu scheme also offers advice on how to invest for the future, something nobody ever had time to think about before. The women here are being introduced to new ideas, like marketing, legal advice, getting married later, and going to school. All of these prompt them to question once widely held beliefs, entrenched in everyday life, and to combat the impact of traditions like caste and child labor, as Mankubai's daughter confirms.
Mum didn't send me to school. Now she's regretting it and talks about education. I didn't get any education. I just got married. Now we wouldn't do that.
It's 10 to 9, and teachers are rounding up pupils. The Millennium Development Goal of universal primary education attendance isn't quite the norm here yet. Velugu encourages attendance by subsidizing school meals. It's a big incentive to send your kids to school if you know they will have a cheap lunch. This scheme is one of many which has been funded by the government direct to the village. Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu deliberately organized it this way to avoid the funds corruptly disappearing in local government bureaucracy.
What I'm saying always, state cannot do everything. That's why I'm saying less governance is good governance. Otherwise, everything will do by state, then automatically we'll have so many problems.
Before, they always took some money out of the funds, but after the formation of the groups, it's not happening.
It's becoming harder to get away with corruption elsewhere too. As a collective, the women now have more authority to force greater transparency. Leelabai, leader of another local self-help group, has come to collect Mankubai. They're off to confront local government officials. Until recently, these officials would never have met village women, especially tribal women like Mankubai, who were seen as little better than so-called untouchables. Mankubai hands in a petition. The women are demanding better continuity among the government officers they deal with. They say their government contact keeps changing and it's making their work harder. Mankubai has already proved her skills of persuasion when she negotiated a large increase in wages on behalf of all her fellow cotton workers. She certainly impressed the organizers of the Velugu scheme.
I think Mankubai is more than a charismatic leader. I think Mankubai's life has improved from what she was before. There is a movement of these confident women who are coming out of their heart and actually interacting as somewhat equals politically, socially, and now trying economically as well.
Mankubai prays to Persepen, the ancestors said to prevent starvation in the village. Fear of poverty is never far away. She still has debts of more than a year's income to pay off and still owes high-interest moneylenders. The difference for her, and for many of her neighbours, is that she is far better off than she was before she joined the self-help group. She now earns 20,000 rupee a year, whereas before she earned just over 10,000. She has bought 2 cows and is paying less interest on her loan than she was before.
For the country as a whole, I think we need a lot more Mankubais.
While most local people are enthusiastic about the Velugu scheme, there are still some doubters. The hereditary leader of Mankubai's village doesn't understand what the self-help group is trying to achieve. He would like ready access to cash for those in need.
If somebody is hungry or somebody dies, and if somebody asks the self-help group to lend us 5,000 rupees, the group people will not even give him 5 paisa or 1 rupee.
I think the aim of the project is to improve the quality of life of the poor people. And I think alleviation is a strong term. So I think if it succeeds in improving the quality of life, that's a very, very positive step.
There's quite a difference between then and now. When everybody told poor people off, I was always scared of other people. Now I feel confident. Then I was scared. Now I'm going to the banks and putting money in. I can even call the bank manager to our meetings.
There are now 22 self-help groups in Mankubai's village of Jamgoan in Andhra Pradesh, providing poor families with access to information, affordable loans, and critically, the confidence to help themselves move out of poverty.